Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is officially update day here in Call of Duty, and it is an especially exciting one because we got our very first part of the end of Verdansk events. The Last Hours of Verdasnk have officially kicked off with the brand new Operation Flashback Ltm. This is essentially the most nostalgia-filled mode you could possibly play in Warzone. It is pretty much a look back at all the major events and major things we've seen happen on Verdansk over the course of time. And today we are going over everything you need to know about Operation Flashback, what you can get from it, what the actual event is about, and everything else in between. So as we go through it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. Let's try and aim for 3,000 likes on this one. And of course, if you're new here, or if you happen to be a part of the just over 55% of viewers who have not already subscribed, this is the place to be for everything going on in COD, between news, updates, class setups, tips. It is all right here each and every single day. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. All right, so we actually have a whole blog detailing everything you need to know about the Operation Flashback Ltm. On March 10, 2020, the once unknown Custovian city of Verdansk became home to Warzone. Since then, we've had 100 million plus players. We have Verdansk 84, all that stuff. But now we've got Operation Flashback, an LTM based in quads. We can go back and revisit all these things we've experienced in Warzone so far, including metas, events, special like in-game stuff, all sorts of stuff. It's honestly pretty cool. So the rules of engagement: blast from the past through in-game events. What already happened in Verdansk will remain. Operators will drop into the latest fissure-laden 1984 version of the city, but at the start of each circle collapse, including during infill, expect an in-game public event from the past to impact the present fight for survival. These events include the mainstays since Warzone's launch, aka Season 3 of Modern Warfare. So you can get a fire sale, major discounts at all buy stations for most items, but not all items, because there are a couple of special ones that are only unlockable with insane amounts of cash. We also have jailbreaks. If that happened at the start of the game, that's just like the ultimate slap in the face, right? You couldn't even utilize it. Supply choppers. Supply helicopters fly around the map. You get their lower health. They drop like the whole crate. You can get some easy loot out of that. The cash drop. Even in Battle Royale, you can get the plunder cash drop, where there's a bunch of different crates that come in and you get some insane cash from that. Free loadouts. If you get this at the start of the game, that'd be super ideal, but you can get the free loadout drops at the start of any circle. It's not guaranteed like it would be in like the normal BR at the start of, or end of Zone 1 and the start of Zone 5. So they happen, but they're not always guaranteed, and you can't buy loadouts from the buy station. At least from when we found it, you have to find a loadout marker. So you can't initially buy that and guarantee yourself that per game. In addition to these events, the following can also happen at the start of each circle: groundfall. So all those satellites come crashing into the map and you can get some loot from those. We had that happen a couple of times when we were playing, so that one seemed pretty common. Hostile fire from Season 3 of Cold War. Armed C4 on the rooftop of the downtown tower while avoiding the incoming chopper attacks for one of the vault key cards. So in theory, if you were on Nakatomi Tower, you could experience that event, but that's a pretty niche one, and we also didn't ever see that one happen in our couple of games. Restock from Season 1 of Cold War. All supply boxes on the map close and refresh their loot. So any chest on the map, even if it's been opened, will actually respawn and you'll get more loot in that. We actually had this one happen in like Zone 6, so there were no chests left. So it is completely random when these things happen, and they don't always actually benefit the entire match, right? Resurgence. All players redeploy if at least one squad member is still alive. Rebirth Island Resurgence operators know the rules of this one. So if you have one teammate up and you happen to get lucky enough to get this, you'll all end up coming back to the match. So kind of a jailbreak in a sense. You sort of get a 2-for-1 there with either of those potentially happening. Juggernaut Royale. Multiple Juggernaut crates drop from the sky. So this could potentially happen in Game 2, and there could be multiple different Juggernaut teams running around, which would be pretty insane. The Redacted weapon drop. We got to experience this one in our match. A brand new event for this specific operation. There's a bunch of different Redacted drops that happen. You can go and you open the crate and you get something like a 7 attachment stoner. I got an advanced UAV out of mine. Courier Ink Slasher opened his, and he got a grenade launcher with no ammo. So it's kind of random. It can help you or it could hurt you. And but it does give you a chance to experience some cool weapons that we wouldn't usually be able to build because of the attachment limit, obviously. These circle collapses will happen quicker and at a greater pace. So the circle collapse, the zone collapses are way faster. You got to be on your heels when you see that zone is coming in because it moves in pretty quickly. There's 9 total collapses instead of 8, but they're going to be slightly larger in radius compared to those from just normal Battle Royale. We also have 18 months of meta and madness in the item pool. The loot in this mode is honestly pretty fun, I won't lie, because we have things like self-revives, which are all over the place. We've got airstrikes and clusters, which are all over the place. You can actually find the overdrive perk, which gives you a temporary speed boost that we actually had available in some of the other LTMs. So that's a pretty cool bonus. You can find the gas masks. Those are pretty basic as well. Then you get the incredibly rare item pool. You get the durable gas mask. You get the advanced UAV. You can find those. They show obviously everybody on the map. You can get the 2x perk, which is double points, XP, and cash during its activation time. So if that's at the start of the game when you find that, it could be pretty useful as you're opening new chests. You can get the vault key cards 1 and 3. And if you end up doing the downtown tower event, you can actually get into the vault, but it's a very niche thing, like I said, and very unlikely to happen. But the key cards are not rare at all. We found a ton of those in our games. And then you have the rarest of the rare, Hunter Vision, which is like that fog of war like perk where you can see anybody in that nearby basis. They highlight them in red and you get that vision, almost like a wall hack in a sense. So you could potentially find that. You could also find the specialist token, which is super ideal now, especially with things like tempered and piercing vision and all of that stuff. And in addition to these items, operators will receive on the rewards for completing scavengers and recons. Completing a scavenger contract guarantees you a cluster or a precision, while recon contracts give you a free UAV. It actually gives you 2 UAVs. We did a couple of these in our gameplay, and we got 2 every single time there, and usually a satchel as well. So that's pretty cool as well. And then you get to the buy stations. There's a couple of different things going on with these. Everything must go. Due to the distance between Verdansk and Caldera, buy stations across Operation Flashback are clearing out items from other LTMs and elsewhere within the world of Warzone. Everything must go before all operators head to Caldera, and we mean everything. In the main buy station menu, all the usual offerings have been replaced with the following. We get a self-revive kit. That's still normal and usual, right? You can get the armor plate bundle, which is just the standard 5 plates. You can also get an armor box, which is semi-useful. The recon drone you can end up buying, same deal with the muni. You can also buy a sentry gun. It says loadout drop marker, but when we went into our buy station, it was locked and it wouldn't let us buy it with any amount of cash. So I'm not too sure what was going on with that. You can also get the bombardment streak, which we had for a little bit back in Warzone. I think that was during season 1, season 2 of Cold War, somewhere around there, where you select that certain area on the map and then it just launches a ton of different bombs and missiles in that direct area. Very useful for targeting campers, or if you have that late game, end game in that small circle. If you just coordinate that right, it'd be insane. However, I think this one went for like 50,000 to in-game cash. So you got to be very rich to get that. And then you have the armored truck drop, which gives you that like the semi-truck version of the Bertha, which has the extra armor on it. It's got the turret on it. And I think that costs $75,000 in game or something like that. So the chances of seeing the bombardment or the armored truck are pretty rare. You got to get a lot of cash. So the buy stations, though, are going to be very different from normal. You cannot buy UAVs or anything like that. So it's a little bit different, a little bit more fun, and you got to strategize a little bit more in this mode, even though it is a lot more random and a lot more RNG based than pretty much every other mode that we've had. And then it just has like some tips here for like the usual stuff. Obviously, I would not recommend splitting in this mode. It is quads, but when you have all this stuff at your disposal, when you have the overdrive perk possibly in play, when you have a bunch of self revives in play, advanced UAVs all over the place. Oh, also, I forgot to mention all of the ground loot and like the chest loot and stuff that you get while you get all the rare stuff and whatnot too. It's all throwback old broken metas. So you get like the Akimbo Magnums, you get the DMR meta. So while the weapons obviously are not as broken as they once were before, the metas themselves in this mode are back in a way. So it's like all the broken OG metas that we've had throughout Warzone. The M16 and the AUG were in there as well. So any weapon that you've had like as one of those top tier weapons in the past, you'll probably be able to find as ground loot or chest loot, which is also a nice little throwback. This mode is an information overload, to say the least. So it's definitely a fun twist on Battle Royale. I enjoyed my time in it. Is it the coolest event we've ever had? Probably not, but it's definitely a fun little LTM that's different from normal Battle Royale. And we've got this going on for the next week. And then obviously next week comes, we've got the Secrets of the Pacific, the whole Caldera reveal event. So lots of new information will be coming from this, but that's what we got going on for the whole Operation Flashback LTM, which is now live. And that is going to wrap things up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, feel free to do so. That way you can always guarantee you are up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.